Listen, I got myself in a jam. You guys put me right on the spot. You know, if you bailing wire mechanics would spend more time fixing trucks and less time squawking about the drivers.
Now, you listen to me, Mac. If you came in here looking for trouble, I'm just the guy that can give it to you, but good.
Yeah, that's about all a driver can get from you grease monkeys is trouble.
You set it up, Mac. You get your ugly mug out of here and don't try to tell me how to do my job.
Take it easy. Take it easy. What's eating you two? You're acting like a couple of school kids.
Get this cowboy out of here, Andy. I've taken all of his guff. I'm going to. Mac here cracked up his rig, and now he's trying to pass the buck to my mechanics.
Mechanics? If they're mechanics...
Cool down, Mac. Blowing off isn't going to get you anywhere. Now, let's go into the driver's room and get to the bottom of this. Mr. Abbott, if you can spare a few minutes and come with us, I'd like to get both sides of this hassle. Okay, Mac. Let's have the beef.
Well, Andy, the company's sticking me with an accident that was caused by a lousy mechanic.
All right, let's cut out the rough stuff. Give me the whole story.
Well, I get clobbered last night because I lost the battery.
Lost the battery?
Yeah, it dropped right out of the carrier when I hit a bump. The engine quit and the whole rig blacked out. I pulled on a slab, and the first thing I knew, some jalopy piles into me. The thing is, Andy, that carrier's been in bad shape for weeks. More than a month ago, I noticed it was cracked and corroded, and I reported it to the shop. And as usual, nothing was done.
Look, Andy, if I can butt in here for a second, I'd like to find out who Mac reported it to.
I told Pop Evans.
Pop Evans? Why, he's not a mechanic. He's a cleaner. Why in the devil didn't you tell me?
I didn't see you around.
Mac, did you make out a cry sheet on this bad battery carrier? You know, one of these drivers report of vehicle condition cards?
No, I didn't. I like action. If something goes wrong, I tell somebody about it and get it over with. I got enough to do without making out these cry sheets.
Well, you better start finding time, Mac, or you're going to be missed around here. If you'd have reported that bad battery carrier properly, there wouldn't have been any accident.
That's right, Andy. If Mac had written it up, it would have been fixed. Oh, I admit we should have caught it, and I guess we slipped up a bit, but Mac here should...
Let me say it, Mr. Abbott. Mac, you slipped up, too. You should have filled out that report. You haven't got a leg to stand on. And incidentally, why didn't you strike a fusee or put out pot torches when you got stranded?
I tried to, Andy, but the oil in the pots leaked all over the fusees. Nothing would work. That's another reason I'm teed off at these grease monkeys.
Watch your tongue, Mac. Did it ever occur to you that it's your responsibility to make sure that everything about your truck, and that includes emergency equipment, is in A1 condition before you start out? Tell me, Mac, what do you do before you leave the lot?
What is there to do? I get in, start the engine. While it's warming up, I adjust the seat, wipe the grease off that these tar babies leave around, and give the brakes a try and take off. That's all.
That's all, huh? Well, Mr. Abbott, if you'll excuse us for a while, it seems I have to pound some vehicle inspection know-how into our friend, Mr. McPhee.
What gives, Andy? I gotta get going. I'm doing Westtown in an hour.
Forget about Westtown for the time being. Obviously, you need a refresher course on looking for trouble, and I don't mean the kind of trouble you had with the shop foreman.
Me, a refresher course? Well, man, I've been driving a truck practically all my life. I know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, you probably do. But knowing how to do a thing and doing it are two different things. I'm going to show you how to inspect a truck just like you'd never seen one before. What rig were you supposed to take out today?
2006 is the hunk of junk they gave me. I don't think it'll ever make it. I don't see why they don't give me one of them new jobs. I always get stuck with a clunker.
I shouldn't have to tell you this, Mac, but I will. Putting it to you straight, the company doesn't give you a new truck because you don't take care of the equipment. You're always running low on oil and water. You never check your tires.
Oh, wait a minute, Andy. I do check tires. At least I look at them and give them a kick.
You know that's no way to check tires, but don't get ahead of me, Mac. We're going to look your crate over from stem to stern. But before we do, I want to show you a little paragraph in our driver's manual, which you probably never read. The manual says that the inspections shall be made by the driver before leaving the garage, at stops away from the garage, and upon returning to the garage. Mac, Just because the mechanic missed that battery box is no alibi for you.
Really now, Andy, isn't that a lot of malarkey? A guy ain't got time to do all that fiddling around.
Well, you better start finding time. Now cut the gap. We're going to give your truck the once-over, but not lightly.
Okay, you're the doctor.
All right, let's go. I want you to forget what you did before you came to this outfit, and forget what you hear about other haulers. What I'm going to tell you is what the boss wants done, and that's it. Now pile in and we'll get started. Now, this rig sits out all night, so we start the engine and let it warm up while we're making part of the inspection. Naturally, number one should be the gauges. Check the oil gauge first. You don't even want to idle an engine without oil. Then check the other gauges to see that they're operating. Next, check the steering wheel for excess play by rocking it back and forth. Fly your horn and turn on the wipers. Then turn on all the lights. Make sure all the glass and the mirrors are spotless. Now we're ready to go outside. Leave the engine idle. We start from here, just outside the left cab door, and make a circle trip, checking everything. Then we go to the left rear wheels. Here we check the wheel lugs to see that they're tight. It's best to try them with a wrench. Then examine the tires. There's only one sure way of finding out whether a tire is properly inflated. Check the pressure with a gauge. Be sure there's a valve cap on every tire. Examine tires for cuts and bruises. See that there are no stones lodged between the duals. At the rear, make sure all the clearance and taillights are burning and the lenses and reflectors are clean. See that the license plates are secure. On the right side, inspect springs, wheel lugs, and tires, the same as you did on the other side. Now, moving forward, we come to the fuel tank. Look for leaks and make sure the cap is on tight. At the front, we repeat the lug and tire checks. Examine the headlights to see that they burn and the lenses are clean. Our circle tour over with, we turn off the lights and the engine. Now we're going to look under the hood. First, examine the fan belt. Take hold and see if it's tight. Check the water level in the radiator, and check the oil by removing the dipstick. Are you with me?
I'm way ahead of you, and I've been doing a peck of listening. But what's the pitch if I find something wrong? Should I write it up and then pull out?
No, Mac. If it needs attention immediately, report it to the shop foreman and stay put till he gets it fixed. Now hold your questions. We're not through yet. Now, the emergency equipment. It isn't enough just to know you've got this stuff. Make sure everything is ready for use, especially the fire extinguisher and the pots. Since we didn't find any trouble, the rig appears to be safe to operate. Now we got to find out if it really is. So we get back in the cab and start the engine and recheck the gauges. If everything is okay, we set the handbrake and drop her into first, easing forward a few feet to check the drag. Then release the handbrake and try the service brakes in the same way. Now we roll for a few yards and try them again. By this time, you should be satisfied that you either have or haven't brakes. Now you're ready. Let's finish this in the driver's room, Mac.
Andy, you said at the start of this here lecture that a guy had to make 3 inspections every day. How about that?
Congratulations, Mac. You're learning. I did say that, and that's exactly what I meant. Now, the book says, in addition to the pre-trip check, drivers shall make inspections at all stops made away from the garage, giving special attention to tires, brakes, light, and fuel. A full inspection shall be made upon return to the garage. By the way, Mac, it's a good idea to feel the brake drums for heat. An unusually hot or cold brake drum means the brakes are out of adjustment.
So after 12 years, I learned something new.
A guy who can't learn is either nuts or dead. And there are a couple of more points I want to get across. When you're on your run, if you find something that needs immediate attention, call the shop. Make every trip a test drive. Watch the gauges. Try the brakes periodically. Note changes in the way she handles. And listen for unusual engine noises. After your run, give her another looking over. And don't forget the cry sheet. That's important. The mechanics can't fix your truck if they don't know what's wrong. Have you cooled off enough?
Oh, sure, Andy. I was hot and had to blow off steam to someone. I suppose I'm number one on Mr. Abbott's hate list now, huh?
Oh, I don't think so, Mac. Not if you're man enough to go into the shop and admit to him you made a mistake and apologize.
I figured I was getting a bum rap. Sure glad Andy came along when he did. He gave me the full treatment and showed me where I was wrong. No hard feelings, I hope.
Of course not. We all have our bad days. But hereafter, Mac, when you find something wrong, put it down in black and white, and we'll make it right. That's one way to keep out of trouble, by looking for trouble.